Good morning, good morning, good morning. Grand rising to you on this beautiful Saturday morning. Welcome to your antiviral message. And this is day 61. Can you imagine? 61 days we've been coming here together, first daily and now weekly. Grand rising from Antigua, grand rising to you. Organically Q, love it. Grand rising to you. Come on in to the global living room where we connect and we be together and we stand together so that we can move through this. It's still a pandemic. It's still the corona is still raging out there. So we want to make sure that we connect, that we love on each other, that we be together. Come on in. We're going to suit up this morning. Come on in, Germany. Come on in, Dallas. Come on in, Cleveland. Grand rising to you this morning. Woo, can you imagine? It is August 1st. I can't believe that. We got together starting in February. I think it was February or March, right? Oh, who knew? Good morning, Morocco. Good morning, Chicago, Tampa, Florida. Big prayers up and sending lots of light into Florida where the corona is still doing her thing and where now there's a hurricane. Come on, people. Woo. We are undergoing such a major transformation. I want us to be sure we get it. Good morning, Costa Rica. Hugs to you, Brazil, Long Beach, California. Come on in, Waldorf. Come on in, Davidsonville, South Africa, Arkansas. The UK is in the house. Crowley, Texas. Spain is in the house. Good morning to you. Come on in. And this morning, we are going to suit up, Philadelphia, Jamaica. We are going to suit up with celebration. Yes. What do you have to celebrate today? Today, I am celebrating what? Today, I'm looking forward to celebrating what? I am celebrating what? Let me tell you, I'm celebrating that I now get the lesson the first time, that I don't have to go through it 15 times before I get clear about the lesson, what that is. Happy birthday to you, Pam Kusar. Happy birthday to all my spiritual warriors. They are not Swits anymore. Come on in, spiritual warriors, and celebrate. Grand rising to you, St. Lucia, Indianapolis, Long Island. Grand rising to all of my graduated spiritual warriors, and those of you who want to go through the training. We're going to do it again in September, so get on the mailing list, get on the waiting list. Good morning. Today you are celebrating Jesus. Come on. Today I'm celebrating my health. Today I'm celebrating my strength. Today I'm celebrating my freedom. Today I'm celebrating peace. Today I'm looking forward to celebrating not having so much work to do. Okay? Today, I am looking forward to celebrating more peace in my life. What are you celebrating today? Come on in. Come on in. Celebration opens up the heart. It opens up the mind. So we are suiting up with celebration today. Today, I am celebrating that I have been healed of late night snacking. I haven't had a late night snack in I don't know how long, and I've been up late, okay? I've been up late, but I have not been snacking. In fact, I have not been snacking so much until I have lost weight till my bras don't fit. Oh, my Lord. You know what happens, ladies, when you put on the bra that's too big, right? You know what happens, right? Everybody falls right out the bottom. So I've been having that experience. Come on in. What you celebrating? You're celebrating listening to me, Jennifer? Well, I'm celebrating you being here. Come on in. I'm celebrating all the beauty. Yes, I walk in beauty. Today I celebrate loving me. Yes, today I celebrate my growing self-value, self-worth, and self-esteem. Today I'm celebrating. Come on in, celebrate. We are going to celebrate. And we're celebrating in the energy and the spirit of Representative John Lewis, of our beloved Baba C.T. Vivian, of those powerful warriors that we have lost in the physical realm this week and in the last few weeks, because now we have friends in high places, and we're going to celebrate our friends in high places. So I'm celebrating my mama, who's in a high place. I'm celebrating my daddy, who's in a high place. I'm celebrating my brother and my sister, both of who are in a high place, and it is good to have friends in high places. Come on in and celebrate this morning. I am celebrating life. Yes, good morning, Richmond, Ohio. Grand rising to you. I'm celebrating. Yes, I'm celebrating that we are continuing to move through this corona learning. I'm celebrating all that I have learned about myself. Lord, I have learned some things about myself. Good things and some things that I still need to work on. Who you celebrating? What you celebrating? What are you looking forward to celebrating? Come on, put some energy in it. We got to celebrate. Good morning, Brooklyn. Brooklyn's in the house. Brooklyn's in the house. So you know I'm good. Where's the Bronx? You here, Bronx? If the Bronx is here and Brooklyn's here, Jamaica's here, I'm good to go. Good morning. Yes, come on in. Celebrate. I know it. Don't you love the summer? I love the summer. I'm telling you. I would move to Florida or someplace where it's warm all the time, but it's too many people. You know, you can't get no land in Florida. I need celebrating cooking. Yes, I would go to Florida because I could live in the heat all year long. All right, but I love the summer. Ontario, what you celebrating? You're celebrating my leadership. Oh, bless your heart, BB Rodriguez. I'm celebrating you for being a willing student. Yes, come on. I'm celebrating the 6 pounds I lost. Come on. What you celebrating this morning? Who are you celebrating this morning? I'm celebrating my son today. I'm celebrating my great-grandchildren today, Miss Charlie and Mr. OJ. I'm celebrating them today. Yes, they make my heart sing. It's just, you know, they're young and it's really rough because they are so busy. But I'm just celebrating the fact that the Creator hasn't given up on me or on us. And that's why we keep bringing these babies into life. That means that life hasn't given up on us. There's a new chance and a new opportunity. Yes, come on in, because we're going to pray up today. We're going to celebrate today, celebrating 32 years of marriage. Wow, congratulations. Anybody's birthday today, we're going to celebrate you today. We're going to celebrate your Earth Day, the day you appeared on the earth because you knew something exciting was going to be going on and you wanted to be a part of it. I'm celebrating all of the students at the Intervisions Institute. The first year students just went to the second year, and the second year students, the ministerial students advanced, and we got a whole new coaching class in. So I'm celebrating. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the ministerial program and the bridge program later on, but I'm celebrating the people who are stepping up because they know they want to know more, learn more, live better. Yeah, they know that they want to do that. So I'm celebrating today. Come on, I'm celebrating that I have become mature in Christ. Good. Celebrating being in the country for 32 years. Excellent. Celebrating me and my children. Celebrating listening and yes. You know what? It's something to celebrate when you get a notion or an inkling or an intuition from on high and you follow it and it is beneficial for you. Isn't that something to celebrate? Here, I got a drink. It's water, but I got a drink. Make believe it's brown liquor. Celebrating today, okay? Celebrating transformation, celebrating the weekend. Come on, celebrate. Look in your life. Find something to celebrate. Did you do the laundry this week? Celebrate. Is your bed made this morning? Celebrate. Do you have something to eat in your refrigerator? Celebrate it. Did you get some of the bills paid this month? Celebrate that. Do you have any money coming in? Any little thing that you celebrate, it opens up the doors and the way for more stuff to come in. Celebrate. What have you learned this week? What have you let go? Oh, I'm celebrating that I know how to let go. Ooh, I had to let something go this week. It was quite painful and traumatic, but it is gone. Okay? Celebrate. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. And so we begin. Let me say again, grand rising. Grand rising of your heart, your mind, your spirit this morning. Grand rising. Grand and glorious rising to all of us who are here today by grace. One of the things that I love, one of the scriptures that I love, it says, your grace is my sufficiency. Yes, money and health and strength and learning and healing, but your grace is my sufficiency. Come on, breathe in grace. Ooh, breathe in grace today. Come on, breathe in. Yeah. Long, deep inhale. Slow, complete exhale. Long, deep inhale. Slow, complete exhale. Come on with me and relax in this moment. Just come right here, right now. Breathing in grace and breathing out anything that is challenging, upsetting, and disturbing. Breathing in grace. Breathing out every care, every concern, every worry. Come on, relax your shoulders. Relax your belly. Allow yourself to be fully supported by wherever you're sitting. And if you can, just drop your hands to your side. Drop your hands. Just let the hands dangle. And that'll pull your shoulders down and breathe. And as if you had a string right at the base of your skull, right at the base of your skull, pull your spine erect. Hands dangling at the side, spine erect, and relax. And breathe. Present in this moment, celebrating grace, coming present to right now. Just breathe. And just allow your mind to move through your body. And if you find anything tense or tight, just breathe and call in grace. And exhale and let it go. Yeah. Hands dangling at your side, shoulders relaxed. Search your body. If there's any tightness, tension, upset, disruption, disharmony, imbalance, find it. You don't have to do anything about it. Just breathe in grace and let it go. I want to share with you some places that discord and upset hides in our body, okay? Check your armpits. What do your armpits feel like right now? And breathe in and let it go. I want you to check not your butt cheeks, but right above, kind of like where your butt cheeks begin. Check that place right there, where your hips would be connected by the bone. Check right there. And breathe in and let it go. Ladies, I want you to check your fat pads on your thighs, because that's where we hold anger. That's where we hold anger, okay? Check those little lumps right on the end of the thighs. You know what I'm talking about. Check right there. See what's there. And breathe in grace and let it go. Now, I don't want to be insulting to anybody, but if you've got a little pouch belly, check your belly. See what's going on in there. See what it feels like. No shame, no guilt, no heat, no judgment. Just check your belly and breathe in and let it go. Now in your mind, hold this thought. You can say it in your mind or you can say it aloud. Hands dangling at your side, shoulders relaxed. Breathe in, I surrender. Breathe out, I let go. Good. Breathe in, I surrender. Breathe out, I let go. One more time. Nice, easy breath. I breathe in, I surrender. Breathe out, I let go. Now check your body again. Check your body again. Any tension, any tightness, any trembling, any anxiety, breathe in grace and let it go. Leaving your hands dangling at your side. Leaving your hands dangling at your side. We want to send light, love, energy, and healing to anyone and everyone that has ever hurt you, harmed you, done you wrong in some way. Come on, breathe in. Let it go. Stay relaxed. Hands dangling at your side. Anyone from any point or time or period in your life that has ever hurt you, harmed you, anyone you've ever experienced that's doing you wrong. Breathe in and let go. And we want to send them light and love and healing and energy. Don't think about it. Just breathe in and let it go. And as we do that, we release from our body the energy we may be holding about that hurt, that harm, that wrongness, that breakdown, that challenge, that dishonor, disrespect. If it's any place in your body, breathe in and let it go. And we send light, love, energy, healing to those whom we consider have hurt, harmed, or dishonored, disrespect, wronged us in some way. We know that grace is our sufficiency. And while they may have meant it for hurt and harm, the Creator meant it for our learning and our growth. Breathe in, I surrender. Breathe out, let go. Anybody, no sacred cows, your mother, your father, your ex, your sister, brother, your co-worker, your supervisor, if they've hurt you, harmed you anyway, breathe in, I surrender. Breathe out, I let go. Hands dangling at your side. We send them light, love, healing energy so that we may experience freedom from the chains of bondage to hurt. Freedom from the chains of bondage to being wounded. Freedom from the chains of bondage to being harmed. Freedom from the toxic energy of feeling betrayed, abandoned, rejected, neglected. Breathe in, I surrender. Breathe out, I let go. If they have hurt you, harmed you, dishonored you, disrespected you, call in the universal healing light, the violet transmuting flame, and ask that the energy hidden anywhere in your body be transmuted and transformed by grace. Breathe in, I surrender. Breathe out, I let go. I let you go to learn your lessons. I let you go to experience the fruits and benefits of your labor. I let go, reclaiming my freedom. Breathe in, I surrender. I let go. Remember, you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for you, for your freedom. Celebrate your freedom. You're not doing it for them, you're doing it for you, for your peace. Surrender for your peace. You're not doing it for them because you don't know what your experience with them came to teach them. Let them go. Breathe in, I surrender. Breathe out. We ask that the violet transmuting flame transmute, transform, and neutralize any energy in my body that holds me hostage to what someone has done or said or intended, sent in my direction. I surrender. I let it go and just relax. As we are all joined here, we have power. And we call in that power right now, that we may know more peace, more joy, that we may know more things to celebrate. we call in the grace of God, Creator, Source, the Christ, the Divine Mother, of all the holy beings. We breathe it in right now. And may you join me by placing your hand on your heart. You can speak these words silently or aloud. May I know freedom in my mind. May I experience freedom in my heart. May I be set free from all chains. May I know peace. Come on, breathe. May I know freedom in my mind. May I know freedom in my heart. May I know freedom and be set free from all chains. May I know peace. Breathe in grace. I surrender. I let go. Oh, how I wish we truly understood how easy it is to be healed, to be set free. The law of mind and action, the law of cause and effect, will set it in motion by grace if only we believe. So let's celebrate new belief today. Let's celebrate freedom and transformation today. Let's celebrate letting go today. And let us ask that our friends in high places, the angels, guardians, ancestors, and guides surround us with transmuting light energy that frees us at every level of our being from anything and everything, anyone and everyone that would hold us in bondage, to hurt, to wounding, to pain. Breathe in, I surrender. Breathe out, I let go. I am celebrating freedom on all levels of my being. Yes. And I invite you to join me. Yeah. By just simply setting an intention to let go and let grace do the work in you. Let grace do the work through you. Let grace do the work for you, and let grace do the work as you. I'm telling you, it is so simple. We make it hard, but it's simple. Come on, breathe. And so we breathe. How does that feel? Yeah? How does that feel? I want you to continue to remember that today. Grace is your sufficiency. And you can decree and declare your freedom simply because you have the desire and the intention. Yeah, I surrender. I let go. And when the brain kicks in, oh, freedom's at her training. She's still in boot camp. And when the brain kicks in and wants to tell you stories about why you can't and why you shouldn't, and tell it to shut the hell up. Listen, our reading today comes from one of my teachers, Pema Chodron, the Buddhist monk, the Buddhist nun. She's not a monk, she's a nun, okay? Welcoming the unwelcome. Welcoming the unwelcome. A wholehearted living in a broken-hearted world. A wholehearted living in a broken-hearted world. Welcoming the unwelcome, like the corona, like unemployment, like divorce, like a bad diagnosis. Welcoming the unwelcome, okay? Now, please don't put in the thing, what's the name of that book? I have said it 59 times. Welcoming the Unwelcome by Pema Chodron. I am reading from the chapter entitled The Fine Art of Failure. The Fine Art of Failure, okay? The Fine Art of Failure. Yeah, freedom is my puppy. Freedom is my puppy, and Freedom and Peace are with my godson. He is training them because I do good in the loving. I don't do well in the training. So he is training them, okay? The welcoming the unwelcome, chapter 4, the fine art of failure, okay? Listen up. Our natural human habit is to hope continually for a life of nothing but happiness and pleasure. We're always searching for a way not to feel any of the unpleasant stuff. But we can only embark wholeheartedly on a genuine spiritual path when we start getting the haunting sense that this dream will never come true. The dream that will always have pleasure and good stuff, okay? Unless we have some inkling of this reality, it will be hard for us to move toward opening to the fullness of life, the wholeness of life. Instead, we will continue to follow the habits that keep us stuck in repetitive anxiety and dissatisfaction for generation after generation across time. Okay? When we fail, that means fail to get what we want, fail to realize, fail to complete, fail to anything, okay? When we fail, in other words, when things don't work out the way we want them to, we feel our vulnerability in a raw and powerful way. Our uncomfortable ego tries to escape from that rawness. Can you hear me? When things don't go the way you want them, when people aren't who you think they are, when you don't get what you think you're supposed to get, the ego becomes uncomfortable and tries to escape. All right? One of the most common methods is to blame our failure on something outside of us. Our relationships don't work out, so we blame the other person or perhaps their entire gender. We can't get a job, so we blame our potential employers or society as a whole or the current political situation. The other common approach is to feel bad about ourselves and label ourselves a failure. Either way, we often end up feeling there's something fundamentally wrong with us. There's a third way, however, which is to train ourselves to simply feel what we feel. I like to call this holding the rawness of vulnerability in our hearts. When we resist or try to escape from what is, there is usually some kind of physical sign, a tightening or contraction somewhere in the body. When you notice this sign of resistance, see if you can stick with the raw feeling of discomfort just for a moment, just long enough for your nervous system to start getting used to it. Can you hear me? When you feel something bad, something uncomfortable, something tense, something tight, don't run from it. Sit with it. It will not kill you. And if it kills you, you'll be dead and you won't know it's there anyway, okay? You may have a fixed idea of what you are experiencing, such as dread, anger, or disappointment. But when you let yourself be present with the feeling and experience it directly, you find that you can't pin it down so easily. That dread or anger keeps morphing and shifting and changing. Even though its unpleasantness haunts you, even though it feels so threatening, when you look hard to discover, you can't really find anything substantial. Let me tell you something. This is key here. Your mind will tell you, oh, this is anger, this is disrespect, this is this, this is this. But if you just get still, drop your hands to your side, breathe and be with it, you may discover you really don't know what the heck it is. Okay? Yes, run into the bullets. That's right. Okay? The ego, let me tell you something. That is a vicious little bugger. We got to put our egos in check. We see it running amok in the world right now. Can you hear me? We see it running amok right in front of our eyes. Ego. Ego. The ego wants resolution, wants to control, wants something secure and certain to hold on to. It freezes what is actually fluid. It grasps at what is in motion. It tries to escape the beautiful truth of fully alive nature that is everywhere. As a result, when we feel dissatisfied, haunted, threatened, we spend much of our time in a cage created by our own fear of discomfort. Don't be afraid of being discomfort, beloveds. Don't be afraid of being upset for the moment. Sit in it. Sit in it. Feel it and heal it. The alternative to this struggle is to train in holding the rawness of your vulnerability in your heart. Because when you're angry or when you're disappointed or sad or when you feel abandoned, rejected, it makes you feel vulnerable, and we will run and hide from that vulnerability. And what Pema is saying is hold it in your heart and allow yourself to be vulnerable, knowing that grace will sustain you. Through this practice, we can eventually accustom our nervous system to relaxing into the truth, to relaxing with the impermanent, uncontrollable nature of things. We can slowly increase our ability to expand rather than contract, to let go rather than cling. Every time we practice holding the rawness of vulnerability in our heart, we gain a little insight into how things really are. We experience directly that nothing ever stays the same, even for a moment. We can't make anything stand still, even if we try. We can see, hear, smell, taste, touch, and think about everything that is constantly changing. Even our heaviest, most unpleasant emotions have no solidity to them. Now, this is the good part. This is the good part. There's a music video of Beyonce's song, Pretty Hurts. I know that song, where she actually captures what it feels like to fail. Her feeling is so raw. Can you imagine that the Buddhist nun is listening to Beyonce? Her feeling is so raw, and she just puts it all out there into the song. You realize that even though she's a roaring success and everything is going her way, she couldn't have made the video unless she had some real experience of what it feels like to fail. When you're able to hold the rawness of vulnerability in your heart, we can use that energy to create poetry, writing, dance, music, song. We can make of it something that touches and communicates with other people. Artists have done this since the beginning of time. Can you hear me? When you can sit with and sit in the rawness of your brokenness, the rawness of your breakdown, the rawness of your hurt, you can turn it into something that will bless everybody else. Okay? Pema Trojan, welcoming the unwelcome. Yeah? And I was reading from chapter 4, The Fine Art of Failure. Turn your failures into something that will heal you and teach you the rawness of vulnerability in your heart. I'm telling you, I just love when I was reading this, and I said, what Pema Children is watching Beyonce, because sometimes people think because you're spiritual or you're spiritually grounded that you just float around, rubbing crystals on your head all the time. No, you got to be in the muck and the mire. One of the things that I've learned is that the higher I rise spiritually, the harder my lessons hit me, the quicker they come, because I got to be on my game. I got to, I can't be shadow boxing. I got to be able to knock the opponent out as soon as it shows up. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. Feel it and heal it, okay? Feel it and heal it. Feel it and heal it. Don't run from your feelings. That's what that's why I had you drop your hands to your side and just be present in whatever's in your belly, your armpits, your feet, your toes. You got to find it. We got to constantly search your body for the ways that we tuck our hurts and our upsets away. We've been through a lot. And I told you back in February, this one little thing is just hanging over here. I told you back in February that we have to do this differently because this is for the long haul. This thing is not going away tomorrow. I don't care if they find a vaccination. I don't care if they get all the testing in the world. It's not going away tomorrow because we are being forced into a new way of being. You don't have to believe me. Just look at your life. Just look at your life. And even for those who have money and who have faith, listen, artists can't go into another big arena with 20,000 people. And people are out there, ignoring the mass and let me tell you, they're heading for a smackdown. Mother Nature is speaking. But I don't want to talk just about the corona. I want to talk about what the corona and what the changes are bringing up for you and how you can be with that level of vulnerability, how you can feel it so you can heal it so you can move to the next level. That's what I want to talk about. Feel it and heal it. So many relationships have fallen apart. And that's why I'm going to begin the R spot again, and I'm going to do it live. Do it live for my subscribers right here because we got to get this relationship thing together. We have to get this relationship thing together. I don't just mean loving relationships. I mean family relationships. I mean friendships. What kind of friend are you? Okay? What kind of friend are you? What do you bring to your friendships? I've been telling people you got to make friendship an art. You have to make it an art. And you really have to define what friendship is. But so many of us bring our hurts and our wounds and our breaks into friendships, and then we treat people poorly based on what happened in the past. Feel it and heal it. Go into those places where you had breakdowns with people, understanding that it was temporary. It was temporary. Let me tell you something. I had an experience this week with somebody that I love dearly. I love this person dearly. But the depth of their behavior towards me let me know that what we came together to do is complete. And there's no way I can continue in the relationship the way it was. Now, I don't have to stop loving the person. I don't have to stop caring about the person. But I'm real clear that that relationship is done. It's done. Now, we may go eat Thai food together. We may talk on the phone. We may share something, but that relationship is done. And I celebrate the fact that I see it quick, that I see it early. Doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt. Doesn't mean that it doesn't challenge. So I just sat and let the hurt come up and let the tears flow and let the upset and the trauma pass through. Okay? Feel it and heal it. Feel it and heal it. Maybe your marriage is over. Sit in it. Drop your hands to the side. Feel it. Not blaming each other and tearing each other down and fighting over, TVs and cars and property. No. Feel it and heal it because grace is your sufficiency. Whatever it is. Maybe your job is not coming back. But before you go looking for another job, drop your hands to your side and feel it. so you can heal it and open up to be able to find what you really want. It is amazing to me the number of people that are freaking out because they ain't got no job, and the job that they had, they complained about it all the time and hated the job, hated the people, it didn't make enough money, and now that the job is gone, they freak out, okay? Drop your hands to the side. Feel the impermanence of jobs and relationships and moments, okay? Sit in it, clear it, so that you can move to the next level. Feel it and heal it, yeah? Maybe you will have to move. Maybe you won't be able to do what you used to do. Maybe you will have to teach your children at home. And all of the stuff that goes along with that. You got to welcome the unwelcome. Drop your hands to the side and breathe. Feel it and let it pass through. As human beings, we are fragile and we are vulnerable. We're vulnerable all the time. It's just the ego that makes you think you got it going on, that you got everything handled. No, you don't. You know, I love the song that Sweet Honey and the Rock sings. Nobody knows at sunrise how the day is going to end. And nobody knows at sunset if the next day will begin. I love that song, and it reminds me of how vulnerable you are. We are vulnerable. And the things that come into our life come to grow us up, stretch us up, you know, and we get stuck in telling the darn story and not looking for the thing that we can celebrate. When I was married, when I was in an abusive marriage, my husband whipped my behind every other day. And I celebrate the fact that he left my face intact. Okay. I'm not going to get caught up in the drama and the horror of the fact that I was in a domestically violent situation because I volunteered to be there. I put myself in that. All right? No heat, no judgment. That's the lesson that I needed at the time. And he beat me every day. And my face is still intact 67 years later, okay? My mind is still functioning. So I'm going to celebrate the fact that I survived 9 years of domestic violence. I'm going to celebrate that. Okay, can you hear me? But that's because I dropped my hands to my side and felt the shame, the guilt, the trauma, the horror of sleeping with a man that was whipping my behind. Okay? That's some real talk for you. That's some grown folk talk for you. Okay? And I volunteered for the position. Okay? Feel it and heal it. Don't just keep telling the story of the horror and the trauma. Sit in the trauma, sit in the horror, sit in the shame, sit in the guilt, sit in the anger, sit with it. Drop your hands to the side, breathe in, I surrender. And breathe out, I let it go, because grace is my sufficiency. I am here by grace. Because let me tell you, I volunteered and placed myself in some pretty desperate and traumatic situations. Okay. Didn't nobody force me to do it. I did it on my own. And I surrender the guilt about that. I surrender the shame about that. I surrender the upset about that. I surrender that. It was my vulnerability as a human, and I celebrate that I survived. Can you hear me? Don't just keep telling the story. Don't just keep telling the story. Don't just keep harping on the problem. So if you're unemployed right now, what do you have to celebrate? Don't tell a story that you might get evicted. Celebrate that you haven't been evicted yet and call in grace. So what if you got to work at home and you're working all the time doing all them darn Zoom calls, okay? Don't just complain about it. Celebrate the fact that while many people don't have a job, you do, and you're learning how to craft it and create it so that you can be home and still have some freedom. Come on, we gotta think higher. We gotta think grander, all right? Because this thing is not going away. Even if it's just here till 2022. That's a whole year, okay? You can't live a whole year and, what's going to happen? How you going to live like that? You're going to make yourself crazy. You're going to get wrinkles, ulcers, tumors. No, I surrender. Yeah. Okay? Feel it and heal it so that we can get to the next level. Stop telling the trauma of the story and look for what's in the story that you can celebrate, and feel that and call in grace and surrender everything that keeps you chained and in bondage to the circumstance. It's temporary. That's what Pema is saying. Everything is temporary. It's impermanent. It's going to move. It's going to change. And if you can train yourself to just be in the change for however long it takes. I think it was weeks ago when I read a prayer to you from Every Day I Pray that said, I can do anything for a little while. I can do anything for a little while. Grace is going to save me, so I can do anything for a little while. This is very hurtful, painful, frightening, but I can do anything for a little while. Why? Because grace is my sufficiency. Oh, that's so exciting to me. I can do anything for a little while. Yes, I can. I can wear a mask for a little while, okay? I can stay my behind home for a little while. Even if that little while is a year, it's a little while. It's temporary. It ain't on your time. It's on God's time. I can do anything for a little. I can miss you for a little while. I can feel the hurt of losing you for a little while. But then I'm going to drop my hands to my side. I'm going to surrender and let go. And I'm going to say, heal me, grace. Grace is my sufficiency. Come on, somebody. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about this morning. But I had a powerful lesson this week that is healing me and growing me, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the difficult lessons because I recognize them. Okay? I never used to recognize them. I used to think I was being victimized. I ain't no victim. I ain't no victim. I can even talk about being in an abusive situation because I can now say, I volunteered to be there. Ain't nobody forced me to marry him. Ain't nobody forced me to sleep with him. Ain't nobody forced me to stay with him. I volunteered because that's what I needed at the time to learn about grace, to learn about freedom, to learn about my self-value and my self-worth. That's what I needed, and that's what I created. So I'm celebrating the fact that I'm better now. I'm celebrating the fact that I'm better now. So, feel it, heal it. As you go through this week and stuff comes up, drop your hands to your side. Acknowledge your vulnerability. Breathe. Know that it is temporary. This too shall pass. And you can do anything for a little while because grace is your sufficiency. Okay? That's a lesson right there. I need to charge y'all. I need to charge y'all. Plus, listen, we coming up on a full moon. And you know that people lose their right, ever-loving good mind on the full moon. Okay? So just keep breathing. Keep your hands down to your side. Welcome the unwelcomed and affirm grace. Okay? Affirm surrender. Don't tense up and tighten up when things get uncomfortable. Okay? Yes, yes, yes. All right, let me tell you what I got for you this week. We just graduated over 700 spiritual warriors. And one of the things that I noticed in that community were that there were many ministers, people who really had a deep connection to the presence of spirit and really wanted to, were ready to, were choosing to commit their life to spirits, not just as a spiritual warrior, but in the way of being. And so at Inner Visions, we have a ministerial program, and we normally don't take people from the outside. In order to go through our ministerial program, you have to do our personal development program. But I've discovered that things are changing. So what we've done is we have created a bridge program for people who know that they are ministers who know that they are ready to surrender their lives to a life of service, and they want to study ministry, not necessarily in a religious context, but in growing and the building of the skills needed. So anyway, we've created a ministerial bridge program, and that program will take you through some initial things so that you can get clear about what it would be to train as a minister. So if you're interested, if you just want to know more about the Ministerial Bridge Program at InnerVisions, please send a email. Listen to workshop at InnerVisions Worldwide, InnerVisionsWW.com. InnerVisions with an S, www.com. And just in the subject line, put Minister Bridge Program. We don't need a lot of talk. We don't have time to read a lot of, and we'll send you the information if you put Minister Bridge Program in the subject line at workshop at InnerVisionsWW.com. Okay? Then there are those people who know they need deep healing. Okay? Who know that they've been stuck, or they've been in breakdown, or they can't shake it, or they can't whatever. And they know that it's time for them to develop personally and to heal personally. Those people, I'm recommending our personal development program, which is going online because, and one of the reasons people haven't taken the program is because up until now, it was live, and people travel from all over the country, the world, really the world, to be in this program. But now we're online, so wherever you are to do your deep healing, you can do PDP online with InnerVisions and me and an incredible faculty. So if you want information about the PDP, the Personal Development Program, send me an email to workshop at InnerVisionsWW.com and put PDP, Personal Development Program, in the subject line. That's all I need. And I will send you the information about the PDP program, which is starting in January. Okay? We'll do the classes online. You'll have live classes. You'll have tape classes. And those are for people who know they need deep healing. Those who are ready to step into their identity as a minister, you're going to send email to the Minister's Bridge Program. Now, then there are those who are ready to take another step and do their spiritual warrior training. They may be ministers. We had ministers, doctors, teachers. We had healers. We had all kind of stuff. PDP, not POP. PDP. Personal Development Program. That's all you got to put in the subject line. So if you're interested in doing the spiritual warrior training, there's a lot of stuff to choose, but let your spirit guide you. Drop your hands to your side and say, Spirit, what do I need? Okay? It's going to be, you can do self-study with PDP, with spiritual warrior training, beginning in September. You can do self-training, meaning you'll watch what they all went through, all right? I'm going to do it live again next year. I'm not going to do it live this year because I got to do level 2, all right? So if you want to get on the list, the waiting list for the spiritual warrior training, self-study, send an email to SWIT, S-W-I-T, at Iyanla.com and put waiting list in the subject line. So now if you're a minister or personal development, you're sending your stuff to InnerVisions. We're going to put all of this in the thread, so don't make yourself crazy. All right? If you're a minister or personal development healing, you want to send your email to InnerVisionsWW.com, InnerVisions Worldwide, or WW.com. But if you are wanting to do the spiritual warrior training, yes, they are affordable. Well, I don't know what affordable is to you, but you know what? Since grace is my sufficiency, I always get what I need. Okay? And if you want to do spiritual warrior training, there's a waiting list because the people that didn't get into the last class on the waiting list. But send that spiritual warrior training to swit at Iyanla.com. Okay? Swit at Iyanla.com. And we will get back to you. It's not going to be within 24 hours, but we will get back to you as we know when things are starting. Also, all my ladies that I promised the lady flash soap to a couple of weeks ago. Remember I told you my grandmother gave me that schedule, that formula. One of the herbs I couldn't find. I could not find anywhere until last week. So I got the herb, it came in, and the soap is curing. So within the next week to 10 days, if you sent me a thingy, I'm not going to give the address no more, but if you sent me a request, you'll get your ladies flash soap so that you can participate in my control group, okay? In my what they call it, focus group, to tell me how it works. So I didn't forget you. It was one herb. Yeah, grandma's herb soap for the lady flashes. She came in a dream and gave me the formula, and I couldn't find one of the herbs. I couldn't find. Plus, she used the way I heard it. It was the old, the common vernacular name. I had to find the botanical name so that I could order it. Okay. All righty. Feel it, heal it, surrender, let go. Grace is your sufficiency. What a beautiful day. Did we have a good time today? Yes. Don't forget to celebrate. Don't forget to celebrate. For PDP, it is a workshop at innervisionsww.com. For the personal development program, workshop at innervisionsww.com. Put PDP or personal development program in the subject line so that we can separate you, okay? I know, everybody's going through the hot flash thing. All right, our book today was Welcoming the Unwelcome, and another way of saying feel it and heal it. And I'm going to close today with the reading from Jesus Calling. Jesus Calling, the Buddhists and the Christians sitting together. Listen, let me just say this because time is getting close. I wish I had it here. I don't have it here. The pictures that I have of me and John Lewis, Representative John Lewis, what I would say Ibae, meaning now on the other side. John Lewis said two things to me that I'll never forget, okay? One is, voting is the way you honor those who died for your right to vote, okay? Voting is the way you honor those who died for your right to vote. And the other thing he said was, vote like you've never voted before. I know people think that spiritual teachers or people should not be involved in politics. Let me tell you something. Spirituality is political, okay? Because you got to navigate the light from the dark, the good from the evil, the higher from the lower. Spirituality is political. So I'm going to be on you like white on rice, like uncle on Ben's, like aunt on Jemima. All right? Vote! My grandmother lived to be 104 years old, scrubbing floors and toilets, cooking for white folk, and never got to vote because she couldn't read. Vote for John Lewis. Vote for C.T. Vivian. Vote for Malcolm X. Vote for Martin Luther King. Vote for Fannie Lou Hamer. Vote, vote, vote. I'm not telling you who to vote for, but get yourself together and vote. Vote by mail, vote by plane, vote by whatever. Vote and take somebody with you. Take somebody with you. And don't listen to this okie doke wahala about fraud in the voting. Don't listen to that. Vote anyway. Vote. Vote. Spirituality is a political process. Just like you got Democrats and Republicans, red and blue, you got light and dark. You got higher and lower. It's political. So yeah, I'm a spiritual teacher, but I'm political as the day is long, and I used to be a Black Panther. So I'm bringing it all. Anyway, Jesus Calling. I'm reading from July 26. Listen, I love this. Relax and let me lead you through this day. I have everything under control. My control. You tend to peer anxiously into the day that is before you, trying to figure out what to do and when. Meanwhile, the phone or the doorbell rings and you have to reshuffle your plans. All that planning ties you up in knots and distracts you from me. Attentiveness to me is not only for your quiet time, but for all your time. As you look to me, I show you what to do now and next. Vast quantities of time and energy are wasted in obsessive planning. When you let me direct your steps, you are set free to enjoy me and to find what I have prepared for you on this day. Relax and let me lead you. Jesus calling. I got it on the phone, I got it leather, I got everything, okay? Deep bow. Continue to celebrate. Continue to have grace. Continue to surrender. Remember, you can do anything for a little while. And even though they may have hurt you, harmed you, disappointed you, rejected you, abandoned you, look for the lesson that you can celebrate. I love you today. Prepare yourself to vote. Vote for you. Yeah? Bye.